What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Magic Hole. Today we're diving into Explorer to play some blue-white auras. Similar to a deck I played in Historic, but going into Explorer we lose for Spirit Dancer, which is a huge hit, but we replace it with Light Pause, which is pretty good. So Light Pause says, whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura and put with a different name than each aura you control, put that card onto the battlefield attached to Light Pause, and then shuffle. So basically, we can play any of our auras on any creature and then search something up to put on Light Pause. So we don't have to enchant onto Light Pause to search for to put that thing into the battlefield. We can put it on any creature. The thing that we're searching for does go on Light Pause though. So it unlocks kind of a toolboxy type effect. That the caveat of an enchantment, as long as it doesn't have a name you already control, hasn't come up very often. Usually we're either winning or losing games before that becomes a problem. So not something to worry about all that much. But anyways, that's the replacement for Core Spirit Dancer. Very good card in this shell. Love it. So we'll just go from left to right here. And our first set of 1-drops is kind of our protection package. We have 2 Selfless Saviors. We can sacrifice it to make another creature indestructible. So just protection for our payoffs over here. You might be wondering, why not Karametra's Blessing? You could do that, and I wouldn't argue against it. The only reason I do Selfless Savior is just having another body can be helpful. In the games I've played before recording, I have had to aura up a Selfless Savior, and it won. So, it's just nice having another body there if you don't draw your payoffs or your payoff dies or something. Next up, we have Slip Out the Back. This is a new uncommon from New Capenna, and it's an all-star in this deck. It's so good at protecting our creatures. So this gets around Edict effects, Wraths, you name it. So things that would normally really hose us with Slip Out the Back, we don't have to worry about it. Very good card here. We also have 3 Spell Pierces for early game protection. You could make the argument, you could go down Spell Pierce for another Selfless Savior, or just like a 1 of Karametra's Blessing would be fine too, I think. I'm going to try it like this. I've been playing with this, and Spell Pierce has come in handy quite a few times, so we'll see in the video if I get punished for that, but yeah. So onto our 1-drop enchantments, we got Cartouche of Solidarity, +1/+1 and first strike for a white, and also creates a 1/1 warrior with vigilance. So also kind of a way to get around edicts here because it creates that creature. Yeah, just kind of like pseudo protection there, but also gives first strike and 1/1, so not bad. We also got Sentinel's Eyes. So this is 1 white, +1/+1 in vigilance. It also has escape, so if our payoff dies or whatever, we can cast it from our graveyard. So that's nice. Arcane Flight, a little bit of evasion for non-flying payoffs, +1/+1 and flying for a blue mana, just a solid card. Curious Obsession is 3 of 1 blue, gives the creature +1/+1, and whenever it deals combat damage, we get to draw a card. If we don't attack with that creature, we have to sacrifice Curious Obsession. So downside on that one. Moving on to our 2-drop auras, we got All That Glitters is a 3 of. We got 1 white, 1 generic. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. So this is kind of our beatdown plan aura here. We got 2 of Aether Tunnel. This gives +1/+0 and can't be blocked for a blue and a generic. Just if our opponent is going wide and comes up the board, Aether Tunnel is going to save us there. And then we got 2 of Staggering Insight. This is a blue and a white. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, has lifelink, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, we draw a card. So this is like an all-star against mono red. Like, they just can't deal with it. If our creature gets more than like a 5/5, they're just dead, basically. So Moving on to the payoffs here. We got Light Pause, which we kind of talked about earlier. We also got Srom, so whenever we cast an aura, we get to draw a card. Pretty solid there. And then an uncommon out of Crimson Vow, Storm Chaser Drake. It's a blue and a generic for a 2/1 flying. And when it becomes the target of a spell, we draw a card. A spell we control, we draw a card. So every enchantment we put on it, we're drawing a card. So that's pretty solid too. It also has flying, so a little bit of evasion built into it. So that's the deck. We're going into one best of one in Explorer to test it out. I've played quite a few games with this deck before recording. We're at 55%, 12 and 10. A lot of those games really just came down to super awkward draws. I'll admit it. So we'll see how we can do in the games going forward. Yeah, so let's see how it does. Okay, we are on the draw for game one. This is a bad hand. So I used to play Boggles in Modern, and I am used to having to mulligan many times. Okay, this is okay. We can keep this, put an Arcane Flight to the bottom. And we'll lead on Storm Chaser Drake. Opponent is on some sort of black deck. Probably like a Rakdos? Or just mono black? Vampires. Okay. Sure. So our stuff's probably going to die. RIP Storm Chaser Drake. They attack. We're not going to block, even though our Storm Chaser Drake is almost certainly going to die. Oh, so it's mono black Devotion. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's draw a card. That is annoying. We're gonna take a lot of damage from our draws. Let's make a 1/1. And we'll attack. Yeah, we're gonna keep drawing until we hit something. I think if we hit like we just need to gain some life. So Staggering Insight would be nice. Next turn we might just play. We take 2. Resolve. I think we will play Light Pause. Arcane Flight on Light Pause. This way we don't draw a card, so we'll just get a Sentinel's Eyes, I guess. And then we will attack. We might as well draw a card. We'll take 2. Actually, you know what? Let's just decline. I think next turn we Ether Tunnel, and we'll get back into this game with the Staggering Insight. Oh god. We'll block there, I guess. Opponent at 17, we're at 10. What do they have? Sure. Hopefully they don't have instant speed removal, because if they do, we die. They don't. Fantastic. That is good news. That is slightly annoying. We take 2, but we get the Ether Tunnel and grab Staggering Insight. And we kind of do have to draw cards for protection. So we're going to Arcane Flight, Storm Chaser Drake, draw, take 2, but we're going to go back up to 13. Okay, we don't have, yeah, we can't search up anything. That's like the first time that's been relevant, which is hilarious. Okay, down to 9. Unfortunately, they have Death Touch. Let's just play a Storm Chaser Drake. Would love to get the first strike on Light Paws. Block, take 2, and if they kill Light Paws, we're dead. Well, actually, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. So we win. At 1 life. At 1 life. Oh my god. We just barely got there. Whew, that was close. That was a very close one. Oh, I was worried there. Alright. That was a cool deck for our opponent. It just kind of grinds you out. I like that. But, no match for Light Paws. Even though Light Paws died, it still kind of won us the game there, being able to search out that staggering insight. So, I think that is a win for Light Paws. Alright. We are on the play here. Well, can't keep that one. Or that one. Down to 5 cards. We can keep this, though. We can keep this. Okay. So we don't need Arcane Flight. I think Cartouche will be better, making the 1/1. We'll have a blocker. We'll get to draw some cards with Storm Chaser Drake. Hopefully our opponent isn't on like a discard plan. Nope, they are on, well, they will be probably. I'm guessing there's a Croxa somewhere in their deck. They mill 3 cards. Jeez. Okay, Light Paws is good. We'll play Light Paws. I will take the Light Paws over the Storm Chaser Drake. So next turn we'll Cartouche or... Oh, they're Mardu. Interesting. Yeah, we... Cartouche? Destroy, yeah. Kind of have to. That's gonna be annoying. Cartouche, search up. I think, let's go with, they're definitely gonna want to block. I think we go flying and just hit them. And our Light Paws is probably dead this turn. Mulling to 5 is brutal, but, you know, that's what this deck calls for, is many, many mulligans. Okay. They do nothing, which is odd. So let's do that again. Grab a Curious Obsession. Attack. Nope, didn't mean to do that. That was not a great play on my part. Got too excited. Far too excited. Deciding whether they want to block. They probably do, right? It's the whole reason Stitcher Supplier is there. Okay, they take 6. We draw a Henge Gate. Oh, they take it. Okay. I think we just hold here. Give them the illusion that we have something. They say good game and scoop. What was their plan? I am curious. We saw Fatal Push and Stitcher Supplier. And that's it. They must have just got flooded there, I guess. I don't know. Alright. We got a Storm Chaser Drake and a bunch of enchantments, so we'll keep it. We will Hollowed Fountain tapped. So, elves? Going against elves. I think that's a reasonably okay matchup for us. Especially when we get the first strike. I think we'll be okay. So we'll be able to cartouche and all the glitters next turn. They are going quite wide. We'll draw a bunch of cards. Create a 1/1. They don't have a reach or anything. That one does. I think we're. I mean, we gotta attack. Down to 5. So we're gonna take a bunch this turn. At least 3. They might. Opponent going super duper wide. Okay, they got a 5/5 and they don't attack. So, the plan here, I believe, is all that glitters. See what we draw. Staggering Insight. They don't have reach. They do have reach. Well, let's... I think let's just Staggering Insight. And attack for 12? I mean, they gotta block this, right? They don't block it. We're up to 30. Can they win this turn? Can opponent win this turn? Can they kill the Storm Chaser Drake? That's a question. I don't see them having a way to do that necessarily. They do play black, so maybe they do. Okay. I don't think that does it. I think opponent is dead. I'm hoping. Because they can do... I mean, they can do a bunch of damage, but not enough damage. And I don't think they see the Ether Tunnel coming. Opponent in the tank. Elves is an interesting deck. We got very lucky with the Staggering Insight draw, otherwise I think we probably would lose. So they tap it itself to make it an 8/8? Okay. Yeah, well, we Ether Tunnel on the Storm Chaser Drake. And Curious Obsession for good measure, I guess. We'll also Sentinel's Eyes. And attack opponent? Yeah, that's a good one. That's what you call a very good draw for us. All right. That was close. Without that staggering insight, we're just donezo. All right, what do we got here? One lander. No. No. One lander. We can't cast anything in our hand. Yeah, we gotta ship that one. Okay, this is better. We'll keep 6. We will pitch. I think it's Srom, honestly. Yeah, I think Srom's got to go. Depending on what our opponent plays here, I don't know whether we lead on Light Pause or Storm Chaser. If it's like a forest or something. Okay, so it's just like a mono white deck. Shuffler is fine, everybody. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. So I think we'll lead on Light Pause. They could have like a portable hole or something, but not something. Okay, not something you see a ton of in Explorer, I wouldn't think, but here we are, living life, getting hold. Okay, well, I think now we just Storm Chaser Drake because they are not going to be able to deal with flying very well, I assume. Unless they have portable hole number 2. They don't. They have a 3-bin Inspector, which we're okay with. So they're just going to go wide. They're going to boast this Usher of the Fallen. Almost certainly. We do need some life gain. It's not a life gain, but we will get first strike in a 1/1. Now the question is, do we play Srom or another Cartouche? I think actually we Cartouche on the 1/1 to give it first strike. So now if they attack, we can block, this 1/1 can block the Usher. And I don't think we attack. I think we just kind of hold back and play defense for just a second while we kind of regroup. It's a good card. Also a good card. Odd sequencing there, but okay, so they just pass. We draw our millionth Srom. Srom number 1,000,000. Play the Ether Tunnel on the Storm Chaser Drake. Draw a couple of cards. Infinite Sroms and infinite Cartouches. I think we still have to sit back. We're at 14. They take 4 down to 16, but then the swing back is just brutal. I think we gotta first strike up. Oh god. Well, that's frustrating. Okay. All out attack there. So we get to kill Sun Gold Sentinel. Block here. Block here. And we'll sacrifice the Srom to the Dauntless Bodyguard and take 6. I forgot about that. Okay. So, land. Srom. Cartouche. On who? think we go. I think we got to go Srom, unfortunately, but we want to draw more cards. Okay, let's just go on the Storm Chaser Drake. We got to draw more cards. We're just running out of gas here. Land. We've drawn an incredible amount of lands. Spell Pierce, which is, I think, as close to a dead card as it possibly could be. Boy. Oh, boy. Well, let's get in for some damage. Vigilance, so we can also attack there. Hit him for 7. We got blockers. They draw. Are we going to regret not holding up mana for Spell Pierce? Probably not. We do regret it. We regret it horribly. Okay. So we just block here. And here, I guess. And we take 4. That doesn't have first strike, right? It doesn't. Okay. We draw another land. Incredible. We play 20 lands. And we've drawn 7 of them. Almost half. Attack for 2. What's our opponent's last card? Yep. Maybe they don't pay the 2. Did they? Do they not pay the 2? They do. Sure. Why wouldn't that be the next card? I guess it wouldn't have mattered if we had that. And we phase out, we still can't block, so that is very frustrating. Well, in theory, we do this and block, and we kind of live. Kind of live a little bit. I guess we could have killed that. Ah. Okay. That was rough. We flooded so hard there. That was a rough one. All right. Heading into game number 5. We are on the play. I'm not a huge fan of hands with just Ram. But we can't not keep it. Can't not keep it. Sram and no protection is like the worst. Hopefully they just lead on like a forest. Show me a forest. Nope, that is the opposite of what I wanted to see. Literally the worst possible land they could have played. So we just got to run out Sram and pray to the magic gods that he doesn't die. The odds of which are incredibly low. Yep. R.I.P. to Sram. They always have it. Why not? Okay. So this is a great showing of what the deck is bad against. It is bad against targeted removal and not having protection for that targeted removal. So, yeah, I mean, we could reasonably scoop here, but you know, we'll see if we draw. If we can just rip a light pause off the top, I think. Well, no, we can't because we would use our only white source to play the light pause. Yeah. So we need... Now a light pause would be okay next turn. Unfortunately, our opponent is... We're just like time walking ourselves. So... and this Chandra is just going to ping away at us, and they're going to play their Bone Crusher Giant and have a giant threat. Or nope, they're not going to do that. They're going to play whatever the hell this is. Okay. Just more card advantage, I guess. Sure. To the face. Interesting. Okay. There's our white source. We're gonna sit through it. This is definitely a scoop time. It's definitely scoop time, but you know, if we somehow, if we peel a light pause, we could potentially get back into this game. Potentially. Nope, we're dead now. We're actually dead now. I would say a good game, but it was almost the opposite of a good game. So, there you go, opponent. How would you like a 5/6 Torbrand? Those back-to-back really rough games. Okay, sometimes Magic does that to you. Sometimes you just can't bring it all together. All right, going into Game 6, we're 3-2. The games we've lost have been, you know, they've been pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, this hand looks pretty good. I think we turn to Storm Chaser, so that way we can light pause after that and hold up the Slip Out the Back. I love Slip Out the Back. I don't know if I've mentioned it. I definitely have. You know when you're like at a party and some dude just like takes out a guitar and starts playing fucking Wonderwall or some shit? This is, you just slip out the back. Boom. Done. Dunzo. Slip out the back. That's all you gotta do. Okay. So Rafine's Tower makes me think possibly a Thoughtseize is coming. But I also think whatever we play is gonna die. So I think I'm gonna lead on Storm Chaser Drake. And then next turn we light pause, holding up the Slip Out the Back. We'll see. They have Bloodchief Thirst or Fatal Push. Probably have both. They don't do anything. Interessante. Okay. So we'll just attack. Play light pause. Pass the turn. Do like that they didn't kill it on our turn. Because now if they do anything, we can slip out the back, and if I slipped out the back on my turn, they almost would certainly have a follow-up to it. So, okay, and they're drawing some cards. That's fine. They're going to get hit pretty hard next turn. They discard Sphinx's Revelation. Ooh, that's a cool artwork for Sphinx's Revelation. Like that. So, we will All That Glitters on light pause. Grab Staggering Insight. Henge Gate. Cartouche. Take action. We will grab Curious Obsession. Attack with Thing. Hit you to 7. And the turn. And we got Slip Out the Back, which I think is going to be good enough. So 4 mana. This is Wrath time, probably. Hopefully they don't have Spell Pierce. If they don't. And they scoop. Alright. No spell pierce there. Makes me a happy boy. Alright. Going into game 7. This is a very bad hand. This is a horrible hand, even. This is a hand that you have nightmares about. And we will mulligan once our opponent allows us to mulligan. So, what do we? I'm guessing this is some sort of mono red with Sarkin as the avatar. I would guess. Seems correct. Opponent's wondering about keeping. Okay, there we go. We will mulligan. We will keep this one. We will put. Given that this very well could be mono red, I think we put the all that glitters to the bottom. We want the life gain from Staggering Insight. And we will lead on Storm. Yeah, I think we'll lead on Storm Chaser Drake. Is, in fact, the mono red. That's a good draw, too. Enters tapped. Sure. So whatever we play is dying. Almost certainly. I would love to draw a land so we can play something on turn 3 while holding out Spell Pierce and Slip Out the Back. I have a feeling both of those will be relevant. Especially the Spell Pierce. We have been disappointed by Spell Pierce so far, but we shall see. Opponent is thinking very hard about what they want to do here. They just get in with the Soulscar Mage just for 1. Okay. Light Pause. That's interesting. So now I think... I wish we could draw land. Ooh. So let's lead. Light Pause is just so good. We need that to stick around. Let's lead on SRAM. SRAM will die, almost certainly. And Soulscar Mage is very annoying. We might just block Soulscar Mage with this SRAM and hopefully kill it. But we almost certainly won't because they'll just play an instant or sorcery. And it will be a 2-3 and SRAM will not be able to kill that. So, what to do here? What do we do if we untap with SRAM? That's the question. They just attack. Well, we're not going to block. That's pretty obvious that they have something. Or do they? What? Oh, they had to... Spectacle, okay. So light up the stage kills SRAM. Or no, sorry. I confused that with another card. Okay, so another Soulscar Mage. God. Okay. I think we're gonna Light Pause. No attacks. We just have to... We have to land the Staggering Insight. Ideally, we Staggering Insight next turn onto Light Pause, search up like an All That Glitters probably. And maybe draw a land for this cartouche also. Opponent is in the tank once again. Well, we're running the gambit of flooding and missing land drops in multiple games, so that's super duper. Ah, that Chandra is not ideal.
It's my turn.
So Chandra kills Light Pause probably. It doesn't. Okay, so they have something else to kill Light Pause. Yeah, I don't think we win this one. 6, 7, 8. Down to 6. But we can still stagger and insight this Ram, and well, we don't quite kill Chandra, but another spell pierce. Dear Lord. Okay, so hopefully we get a land. Great. Yeah, we hit the Chandra, so it's down to 2 and can't kill Sram. That is our play.
Fire with fire.
And we pass, holding up a couple of spell pierces.
Yup, you're going down.
Spell pierce the Chandra. We still take 6 down to 1. But we do get to Cartouche. Unless our opponent... Okay, so Soulscar Mage, that is frustrating. Alright. Draw a card. Not bad. Not bad at all. We don't have Vigilance, which is annoying. Let's just kill Chandra. Gain 5 up to 6.
Guess you don't need me anymore.
And I think we have to get as many blockers as possible. I don't think we can hold out for the slip out of the back or Spell Pierce. So if they draw something that they can cast to pump Soulscar Mage, we're just dead anyway. It is a land, so they fire up Den and attack. We kill the Den, we kill that one, and we take 4. We Furious Obsession. Got another Storm Chaser Drake, okay. Ether Tunnel. Decent draw there. Play the Companion. Gotta attack. Do we have to attack? If they draw just like a burn spell off the top, we just die. So unfortunately, I think we do have to attack. Up to 9. Draw a couple of cards. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Wish we had that before, but we'll just draw the cards now. So they get to crew up the Den. 3, 4, 5. If they play anything, they can't crew the Den. Not crew, power up the Den, I guess, is the right way of saying that. But I think we might get there. Maybe not. What does this do? 3 damage. Pumps them all up. We're down to 6. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not good enough. Nope. Pass to blockers. We will block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they scoop. Oh, that's so close. Whew. That was scary. That was scary. What a way to end it there. All right. So let's talk about this deck. Let's talk about it. So, obvious problems. If your payoff dies, you are kind of just screwed. We saw that a few times. Or if you just don't draw your payoff, that is rough. Oh, I am stuck with this Spell Pierce, I guess. What is happening? What is going on? Arena? Discard changes. Okay. Let's go back. That was weird. Don't know what happened there. Arena just completely wigged out. Okay. So yeah, if one of our payoffs dies, It is especially hard to rebuild. You have to mulligan a lot with this deck. And that's kind of the reason I like Selfless Saviors. It gives you something to hold on to. It might not be the best, but it's probably better than mulliganing all the way down to like 4 until you hit one of these. So if that was a Karametra's Blessing, we're down 2 extra spots for a creature. And you desperately need creatures in your opening hand, even if it is just a Selfless Savior. I would say you could go down 1 Ether Tunnel and up a Staggering Insight or something. I found myself wanting Staggering Insight more than Ether Tunnel. You could even go down an Ether Tunnel and an All That Glitters to play 4 Staggering Insights. So, you usually want that one more. And when you play it on a light pause, you can search up either of those anyway. So that could be good. You could probably go down a Spell Pierce for a Karametra's Blessing just to have one, or if you want to increase the number of Selfless Saviors by 1, that's probably what I would do. So down a Spell Pierce, up a Selfless Savior, something like that, and then down 1, up 2. Seems okay. I like Sram at 3. Light Pause I just want the 4 of. As far as the 1-drops, I think we're fine here. I think Arcane Flight, maybe you could add more variety. I don't even know what 1-drops, what good 1-drop enchantments there are in the Explorer format. We can see that real quick. Enchantments, 1 mana. Let's see what we got for as far as auras, I guess. Does it have a filter for auras? It doesn't. We'll look at not collected too. But I don't think there's much out there that you would want. Demotion, actually not a bad one. Kind of. As long as you're casting it, because if you search it up, it goes on to Light Pause, and you definitely don't want that. But that could be one just for some, added protection. Yeah, but you can't search it up with Light Pause, otherwise it's not attacking or blocking, which obviously we don't want. Yeah, Detention Vortex, not great. Let's see, +1/+0 in Vigilance. That's actually not bad. Radiant Grace could be one. Maybe. Rafine's Guidance. Just +1/+1 with a little bit of recursion. That's not bad. Has Defender and loses flying. No. Nope. Yeah, none of these are especially good. Valor of the Worthy gives you a creature when the enchanted creature dies. I think this is probably not worth it, because if our enchanted creature dies, usually we're in a very bad position. That's going to take more than just that to get out of anyway. Yeah, there's not much. Fly, we have I'd rather have +1/+1 than the dungeon thing, probably. So, hardcover, no. I think we're just, I think we got everything that we really want here. This could be okay, but again, this is one that you're gonna have to, you can't search this up with Light Pause because of its when you're searching your library, that aura has to go on Light Pause. So yeah, but it'll help. We could play more of these and less of these, but I just don't think that's worth it. If you play Witness Protection, play like 4 of them and go down a Sentinel's Eyes, Cartouche, and Arcane Flight and stuff. because this is the one you'll be casting and then searching up the other 1-drops, but I don't think that's worth it. So I think you're kind of stuck on the no interaction plan with this deck, which can be rough, but if your opponent has no interaction, you're probably going to win that game, as long as you're not flooded or or drawing 2 lands. But yeah, I think this is probably an upgraded version. And again, you could say 1 or 2 of these as a Karametra's Blessing. Maybe go down another Spell Pierce to go to split 2 Karametra's Blessing, 2 Selfless Saviors. But yeah, overall, deck is sweet. Missing some things. Something notable that is coming. So once Explorer turns into full Pioneer, we do get Ethereal Armor, which is another 1 mana aura that gives +1/+1 for each enchantment we control. So it's basically an all the glitters that cost 1 and doesn't include artifacts. So that's something else we can add into this 1-drop slot and probably cut a Sentinel's Eyes, probably, or maybe an Arcane Flight, since a good chunk of our payoffs already have flying. That might be worth it there. But yeah, I think cutting in all that glitters in Aether Tunnel for 2 more Staggering Insights, cutting a Spell Pierce to add a Selfless Savior, those are the changes I would make right now. Also improve the mana base. Wild cards are just super annoying to get. So yeah, I think that's about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you played the deck, what did you think? What improvements would you make? Karametra's Blessing or Selfless Savior? I like the dog personally. How good do you think Slip Out the Back is? I talked a lot about it. I think it's amazing. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.